Hi, Tarot fam. It's Annabelle from Fortune Cookies Tarot. I want to thank everybody for their patience with me while I just kind of sorted out over the last week. Those of you that know, I've been grieving the loss of a friend. We also had my nephew's wedding, and we've got the holidays coming up. It is the 22nd. I haven't done a lick of shopping, zero. So I'm going to crank out some content today for you guys. And then I'm going to go to the mall like a lunatic and get some shopping done. So just so many of you know that like grief has a way of kind of slowing you down. And those of us that work as psychics or intuitives, it gets a little bit more difficult to do that. It's not like you can just go into administrative mode. You have to pierce through that veil, so it's a little bit different. So I am still doing all through the end of the month and the end of the year and into January, the 2026 predictions for celebrities, royals, and politicians, and grading my predictions from last year. But I'm going to do something else a little neat now. And this is something I do with my private clients. So it's numerology, and we're going to add some cards into it. For those of you that aren't familiar with numerology, I'm going to give you a little bit of a breakdown right after this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If it's your first time here, I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years. And this is a new series where we're going to look at the numerology of celebrities, royals, and public figures to understand what kind of year they're stepping into. Those of you that aren't familiar with numerology, I am going to start with myself. But I have a pretty robust list of celebrities, royals, and politicians. If you want to add somebody to the list, drop it in the comments below. I'm going to try and get as many of these done as possible. These are going to be a little bit shorter than my tarot videos, and we're also going to throw some tarot in there. So I'm going to ease myself back into being super duper psychic. So just to let you know, if you're brand new to numerology, I want you to understand some of the key points. So life path number, we're going to start there. The life path number is the core energy that you're born with. So those of you that follow astrology, it would be your sun sign, very similar. It describes how you move through life, how you process experiences, and what kind of lessons you're here to learn. To find it, you're going to add together every number in your full date of birth. So for me, I'm born July 12th, 1971. You add 7121971, gets a number of 29. Then you reduce it again by adding those two numbers together, 2 and 9, comes to the number 11. So my life path number is an 11, which is called a master number. 11 is the number of intuition, teaching, and being a messenger. So I'm in the right profession, I think. My personal year, your personal year number tells you what kind of year you're in right now. It shows your focus, whether it's your beginnings, rest, regrowth, completion, those kinds of things. And how you do that is you add your birth month, birthday, and the universal year. So the universal year for 2026 is found by adding those numbers together, 2026, which equals 1. So the universal year for everybody next year for 2026 is going to be a year 1 of new beginnings. That's for everybody. So if we add my birth date, July 7, and the actual day, 12, it's going to add up to, let me see, 7 plus 3 plus 1 equals 11. So my personal year for 2026 is also 11. So what do these numbers mean together? Your life path tells me who you are. Your personal year tells me what you're focused on right now. And the universal year tells me the environment that you're moving through. So these numbers repeat or mirror each other when these numbers do that. The message is usually strong, magnified. I want you to think about that. So my personal numerology for 2026, and this is going to be fun because I just did all these calculations. I'm in a Master 11 life path and a Master 11 personal year inside a universal year of 1. This combination is about sharing insight, teaching, communication, and helping others make sense out of a complex situation. It's what I do here and in my private readings. It's also a year where intuition is heightened, so possibly that's why I'm getting a little bit of an intuition break right now. But also sensitivity is going to be heightened as well. So rest, boundaries, nervous system care are very important in a year 11. And I will tell you, my nervous system is shot right now with all of this stuff that has gone on. 2026 will not be a year for forcing things. It's a year where the right people are going to find me when I'm being authentic. So now that you understand how all of this works, I'm going to be using these same numbers to look at royals, celebrities, political figures. In the next video, we're going to talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, both individually and separately. There's one of my subscribers and a friend who is very keen on this. Penny, I'm looking at you. So we're going to be talking about that. So, and we're going to rotate through celebrities, royals, and political figures. I'm going to try and keep the juicy ones for last, but we're going to have some fun with it. So if you'd like a personal numerology reading, I will put a link down below for Hipsy. I'll have open hours after Christmas. I will be back on after Christmas. If there's a celebrity or a royal or someone you'd like me to cover, drop it down below. I will add them to the list. It's so funny because it's the anniversary of Joe Strummer passing away. Those of you that didn't grow up punk rock, Joe Strummer, The Clash. It's like my first crush. I had a mohawk just like him. And for some reason, like he is just all over my feed. I know it's the anniversary, but he's just all over my feed. So, we can even look at old celebrities that have passed on if you want. So, as always, I build all of my content directly from you guys. So I want to hear what you want to read. So, let's take a look real quick. Since I'm going to pull up some cards for us. And we're just going to keep this layout, I think. This layout will be easy. So since I am in a master life path, and I do want to give you a little bit more information on this. Let me just pull up some notes. For your personal year meanings, 1, new beginnings, fresh starts. 2, relationships and patience. So sometimes if you're in a 2-year, you'll have some challenging or exciting relationships. 3, creativity and visibility. 4, work and structure, very much like the minor arcana in tarot. The 4s are going to give us a really nice foundation. 5, change and movement, just like tarot. 6 is family and responsibility. 7, reflection and inner work. 8, power, money, authority. 9, completion and endings. And then 11, spiritual awakenings and message delivery. So remember, there's no 10 because 10 would be 1 plus 0 and it would be 1. So there's no 10. So the universal year 1 for 2026 is new cycles, new leaderships, new directions globally, personally. We're going to look at the United States. We're also going to look at the United Kingdom at some point. So anyone in a personal year of 1 or 11 will feel that universal year 1 much, much more strongly. So very, very cool. Very, very cool. So again, I want to stress your life path tells you who you are. Your personal year tells me what you're focused on. The universal year tells me the climate you're doing it in. So let's see what is optimal for like I'm intrigued by this business that people are going to be brought to me. That people will find me if I'm authentic and out there. So let's see what is optimal for me. Let's talk about my business because like I'm very business focused. So what do I need to do to maximize that? Don't rest. No rest for the weary. King of Wands. My work is out there. I am going to wind up being an authority. So you guys know when I talk about the Hierophant, I always talk about seats of power. So is this the year that I do less readings and more teaching, more building of psychics? Perhaps is this a year where I build more psychics? Perhaps not. But I will be seen as an authority. Authority. So what should I be? My message is already out there. This is this guy here. And the doing lady, I just have to keep doing what I'm doing. All systems are in place. So between now and the end of the year, what should I do? The work that needs to be done. And that judgment card, hopefully, my grading is going to be my best friend here and not my naysayer. So, interesting stuff ahead. So, let's do this. Let's have some fun with numerology. Let's talk about what kind of amazing year you guys can have. Like I said, I am going to I'll have a new recorded reading on Hipsy that you guys can order at the link down below. I will do a special on that for numerology and how you can maximize your numerology for this year. I will, if you book these, I do need your full birth date. So I promise you, I'm not going to use that information. Like I'm giving out my birth date here. So, but I will need your full birth date if you do want the numerology reading. So I'll put that in there right now. I hope to see some of you guys on my schedule. I will be able to get some recorded readings done over the next day or so. So if you want to get them in real quick. I'll put a special on it so you can get a break on it. But I am hoping to see some of you on my schedule. And again, I do want to thank everyone for their patience with me. I really have been struggling this week. It's been an interesting week. So I went over and I saw Tiffany's mom and I'm checking in on her. It's just it still feels a little bit surreal. So I'm sure a lot of you can identify with that. So I thank you so much for being patient with me and, continuing to comment and send words of support by private message, text message. I've gotten lots of WhatsApps, lots of support from other content creators. It's, you guys have really been pretty terrific. So I thank all of you so much. I'm so grateful. We still have to do our 8,000 subscriber celebration. I will make that happen between Christmas and New Year. So we will have a little celebration. We'll have Gregopedia here and we'll have some fun with it. All right, guys. So I will see you very, very soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you once again.